So today I want to talk to you about data and why data is so important. Now, we did a podcast about this a few weeks ago, but in that podcast, I talked to you about gathering your data over a large period of time. Now, I have my data for 10 years. I'm not expecting you to have your data for 10 years. What I did when I started was I went back 1 year and I wanted to see what the previous media specialist did and compare my raw data to her data to see how I was doing. And that's how it all started. So I actually think I started this my first or second year here, and I've been keeping the data for that long time. So first I need to talk to you about a couple of no judgments. First of all, no judging on how many tabs I have open because I live in my tabs, as we've stated many times before. So I have a lot of tabs open and you're going to see them all. You don't need to, but you're going to because of the software I'm using. The second no judgment is you cannot compare what my school does to what your school does. So our students are different, our populations are different, our student enrollment is different. So whether you have more checkouts a month or whether you have less checkouts a month, don't compare numbers because what you're comparing yourself to is your previous months and your previous years. As you'll see, my data is done monthly, but by year. So my goal every year is to have more checkouts than I did the previous year. Another thing that I should probably tell you is that our enrollment, because of the neighborhoods getting older and their students, their children have gone on to high school and college and no longer have middle schools, our enrollment has dropped from the last 2 years to have less students. So 2 years ago, we were sitting about 900 students, and we had been 900 students all the previous years. And last year we dropped down a little, and this year we're right at about 750 students. So the number of students that we have has declined, but our circulation has gone up, which makes me very happy. So I'm going to show you real quick the spreadsheet that I use to track the data. And then I'm going to show you, and it's just an Excel spreadsheet. Anybody can set one of these up. And then I'm going to show you, and my data that I've collected has changed over the years. So you're going to see some of that old data that I just no longer do. You can do it if you choose to. I just choose not to track it that hard anymore. I might track it every once in a while. And then I'm going to show you how to find and get your data from previous years, even if you haven't been there. So you can do that, and I'll show you how. So I'm going to go, here's my Excel. Don't, again, judge on the tabs. So I just set it up month, year, so it's August through May. And May, we're only open for checkouts like the first week of school. I think this year she may have been open for 2 weeks. I don't know. This was the previous media specialist. So I don't know, and you'll see that, some of my circulations dropped the years after her, after she left, but I was new and getting my footing and working on doing displays and things like that. So there's lots of reasons. And over here I have a notes area, like January. One of our Januaries was really low, and I have a note over here. We had a snowstorm and we were out of school for 10 days. So things like that. But my goal every year is to just increase it the previous year's same month. So like this August, we fell down a little. I'm okay with that. Students who wanted to check out books checked out books, but we also had 150 less students. So August and December, I think it is typically my biggest months. Nope, August and March. For some reason, I don't know why March, but maybe before testing, we require the students to have books during testing. This past month, it went up. I have a little thing going over here, and you can see the average. I did an average of it. I don't know if I've even updated that to J2. Nope, I need to change that to L2 and see L2, and then it would be divided by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So divided by 11. And that's just something I just haven't updated. And I would need to go down and update all of these. And I'm not going to do that right now. I also have a difference one. And that one probably needs to be updated too. Because it is K2 and L2. And that just shows you the difference from the previous year. So I just need to change those, and I haven't. I look more here and over here, okay, occasionally. I also have it add up the total number of checkouts. Some of the data that I've collected in the past, besides just circulation data that is up here, I also have my yearly totals. I also, for a while, was doing monthly averages, which month had the most checked out by average. I don't do that one anymore. And then I also was doing 6th grade, 7th grade, and 8th grade. I just stopped that one this year, I think. So, but I did, and I would highlight the grade that had the most. And the one I did until last year as well was combined grade level for the whole year. What was it? And then I would also tabulate if a book was 250 pages, this is how many pages the student read, and this is how, if it's 40,000 words, well, this is how many words the student read in that year. I stopped that, I guess, last year, simply because we no longer give award paper certificate awards for that. So I stopped that. And then there's my notes. I did a lot more notes early on. I now just do like snow days and things when we're out of school, just so I can justify, yes, it may be down that month, but here's why. And then I did ebook stats for a while. I would love for my students to check out ebooks, and they just don't. I'm hoping with now transitioning to Sora that they will. I also, for a while, I may have done it last year, I can't remember. I started and didn't finish it. Overdues, how many average overdues that we had. And then there's more of the grade levels totals. And then patron visits. For a long time, we had to document our patron visits by students signing in a notebook. I stopped this last year because we now have Library Track, and it does it all online for me, and it's super easy, and I absolutely love it. So that's what my data looks like in my comparison notebook. And as you can see, the title of this is Comparison 2008, because that was the first year it started, to 2010. I've kept it going, and I just have never changed the name of it because it just keeps going. So let me show you where to find this information. So if you're in Fall at Destiny, under Reports, Library Reports, I'm going to scroll down, and I'm going to go to Library Statistics. It's the View a Snapshot of the Data. I'm going to click on that. And then down at the bottom, sorry, we're at class change right now. You can change what it looks like. Now, I will warn you this. A few minutes ago when I was testing this out before I recorded this video, I had to go in because we got new computers this summer and take the pop-up blocker off of this site so that I was able to, it'll pop up a new tab, like I don't need another one, and I can go in and see that data that I'm looking for. So on this one, I'm just going to say that I want to see last year this time, because I want to show you that you can do it for previous years as well. Some of you may know this, and that's fine. I just want to show those that do not know this feature that you have. So I put in October 1st, 2018 to October 31st, 2018, and I'm going to click Go. And it's popped up a new tab for me, and it shows me, now the only thing it shows me is circulations and holds placed. I cannot see grade level checkouts or anything like that, but I can see total circulations. This will include teachers, so your data may be a little skewed, but if you're just looking for that raw data, then this is your best bet if you're going back a year. So total circulations last year for me was 1,127 checkouts during the month of October. So that's how you do it. It's pretty easy to do. I highly recommend you tracking your data and keeping it in an Excel sheet so that you can go back to and review and check over time. If you have any questions, and I'm glad you're listening to Overdue. I hope you like these little videos that we're going to start doing.